Nothing says you're a free thinker more than seeing hundreds of people post the same comment and going, "Ooh, I like to be the 331st." Naughty Dog released a trailer for their new game, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, and it's not going over well. All the versions of the trailer I found got massive downvotes, averaging about 70-30 against it. The official Naughty Dog release was even worse. Now, with that kind of reaction, you'd expect that the trailer would be a hot mess, but it isn't. It's a cinematic cutscene setting up the general plot. The game is set thousands of years in the future and has this 80s retrofuturism vibe. The main character, Jordan, is a bounty hunter whose agent tracks down a notable bounty, but there's a catch. He's hiding on the planet Imperia, which no one's left in over 600 years. The game will take place there, and Jordan will have to track down her bounty while surviving on the planet and figuring out how to leave. It ends with a literally 10-second long clip of gameplay. Now, I watched the trailer, and I was left wondering why it got all this hate. The trailer looks awesome. The 80s retro thing is still in fashion, and say whatever you want about Naughty Dog, but their cutscenes are always top-notch. That little taste of gameplay doesn't really sell the game, but it's just a teaser trailer at this point, so it is what it is. But those two things can't be the reason for the hate. Is it because the main character is a woman?
No way.
Is it because she shaved her head, like Ripley did in Alien 3?
Yes!
Is it because she's mixed race but looks Asian?
It is possible.
Is it because she might be a lesbian?
Ooh, that's a bingo.
The trailer doesn't say she is, but I'm sure people are thinking it. The people trashing the game claim that it doesn't matter if the character belongs to a different group than them, so none of those things should make a difference. But if that's the case, the negative reaction doesn't make any sense, so I did the thing you really should never do. I read the comments. Not on Naughty Dog's channel, they turned off the comments, a thing many people complained about in other videos, meaning they went to comment on the Naughty Dog video, saw that they couldn't, downvoted the video, they may have done that first, then went and looked up the trailer on other channels, downvoted those, and then left comments complaining about how they couldn't complain on the original video. Pray tell, why ever would Naughty Dog turn off the comments? But despite knowing better, I continued to read the comments because I just had to know the problem. And they all said the same handful of things. Tons of Jada Pinkett jokes, literally dozens of people, some of them in a row, writing the same joke. Then there were tons of "it's woke, DEI, ESG, LMNOP, plus asterisk, hashtag up, down, left, right, whole day, press start" nonsense, complaining about the message. Sorry, I can't do a Scottish accent. With no one actually explaining what's wrong with the trailer. None of the acronyms and catchphrases they complained about are in the trailer. Can anyone tell me, without peddling the anti-woke narrative, what is wrong with the game? I'm not talking about from a technical perspective because we really don't have anything in terms of gameplay. I saw some complaints about product placement, but this isn't the first game to have product placement, and the game has this 80s retro thing, so of course there are going to be references to 80s music. There's going to be references to 80s cars like Porsches. Is that the reason the game is supposed to be bad? The retro futurism? Seriously? What am I missing that's apparently obvious to a certain group of people who really don't like when things don't align with their politics and religion? I watched the trailer 4 times. What did my eyes not catch that makes this game so unbelievably bad? Because there are some credible reasons to be a little bit hesitant about a new Naughty Dog game. For one, the company's history of overworking their employees. The studio caught flack for their crazy amount of crunch time for The Last of Us Part 2, and since then, Naughty Dog's restructured to reduce, if not eliminate, that problem. Time will tell, though, if that turns out to be true. It's easy to say they'll avoid it. It's another thing when they've got a game in the pipeline. There's some criticism over the concept of the game itself because there are a few games tapping into that 80s futurism vibe. A lot of these games started development years ago, around the height of the popularity of Stranger Things and the retro 80s kick. Lots of people probably got the same idea, and because it takes years to release and develop a game, we're seeing them drop now. I don't know if that's a fair criticism though, because it's not their fault other people got the same idea. But other than that, I don't know what else the issue could actually be, because there's not enough information in the trailer to cause this level of a negative reaction. There is some information that might trigger people about the underlying plot of the game that you can get from reading interviews about it. Neil Druckmann said that the game would focus on a fictional religion and what happens when people put their faith in different institutions. I could see how a game being critical of religious fundamentalism might upset a certain group of people who are now neck deep in Christian nationalism. But that's not in the trailer, and I'm pretty sure none of these people bothered to look up anything about the game, so it doesn't seem like that'd be the reason they downvoted the videos. My reaction to the trailer was that it looked okay, but without seeing gameplay, I'm not that interested. Also, I haven't forgiven Naughty Dog for trying to destroy my channel, so I'm not going to trip over myself to run out and buy this game. That said, I'd really love to know why people reacted so negatively to a glorified teaser trailer that looks solid. What tangible, reasonable explanation do they have for hating the game? And it'd be nice if that explanation didn't resort to acronyms and catchphrases. What in the trailer makes the game a bad game? What makes them feel that way? I'm just curious because I have a feeling it has nothing to do with the game trailer and is more about these people pushing their own narrative, the exact thing that they claim that they're against, and yet here they are doing it in spades. Kinda seems hypocritical. But what do I know? I'm just some guy.